Right. Hello and welcome to Freshdesk Demo. My name is Tanvi Gupta and I'm a product consultant here at Freshdesk. First off, Freshdesk is a cloud-based ticketing software. So you would have noticed that as soon as you sign up, you would automatically be in a 30-day trial account. And this account is in the estate plan, which is one of our higher plans. And this will have almost all the features. Right. So let's just get inside the product now. So as an agent, you would first have to log in into your Freshdesk account. So this is what you see as the customer facing portal. Now to log in as an agent, all you need to do is just click on login. Now once you go there, you just need to go ahead, give the email address with which you had gone ahead and signed up for your Freshdesk account and the password. So I'm just going to go ahead and log in. Now as soon as you log in inside the system, you would see the dashboard. The dashboard basically gives an overall view of whatever is happening in the help desk. So if you can see, I have the ticket summary here, the number of unresolved tickets, and I have a further split of number of overdue, due today, open, on hold, and unassigned tickets. Now I can go ahead, click on any of the views here, and right now I clicked on unassigned tickets. It will now take me to that particular view. Right. So going back to the dashboard, you will also see all the recent activities that you've had. Anything that you've done in the help desk will be logged here, right? So that's with the dashboard. Moving on, we're just going to talk about how you can go ahead and set up a few of your channels. Now, in order to set up something, any configuration that you have to do in the system, you have to go to the admin section. If you see here, you've got the support channels, we've got email. So you can go ahead, configure your support email address, the one that your customers use to write to your support people. You can go ahead and configure that. Now to do that, you just need to go ahead, click on email, new support email. Now I'm just going to go ahead, create a test email address, support email address. So I'm just going to call it as support@yourdomain.com. Now if you see here, automatically there was an forwarding address created here. Now I need to take this forwarding address, copy this forwarding address, go to my company mailbox, create a forwarding rule over there, and copy paste this over there. Now what will happen is automatically mails coming inside this particular email box, support@yourdomain.com, will be converted as tickets inside Freshdesk. Right. So that's how you set up email. You can also go ahead, set up chat. So chat's very convenient if you want to go ahead, provide live support to your customers. So let's just go ahead, see how this works. So you need to enable the chat. I've gone ahead and already done that. I'm just going to go ahead, click on edit here. Now when it comes to the widget, you can go ahead, customize your default messages. You can configure the visitor form, and you have your preferences. Now you can make sure that it's available 24/7 or a specific business hour. You can also go ahead, make sure your customers have a place where they can go ahead, leave a missed chat message in case you're out of business. They've gone ahead and try to talk to you outside the business hours, or if none of the agents are available to take the chat. Right, and if you want to go ahead and put the chat in your own website, you just have to click on widget code, and you can just copy paste this widget code in the last body tag of your website. So it's as simple as that. Right. Apart from that, you can go ahead, configure all these channels, also Twitter, Facebook. We've got a feedback widget. You can go ahead, find how to set these up in our solutions page. It's very simple. It's very easy to configure it, right? After that, I'm just going to go ahead and show how a ticket flow looks like. So I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, so this is the tickets page. This is where maximum amount of time will be spent by your agents. Now as an agent, I probably want to go ahead, view my open tickets first. So what I can do is I can go ahead, create a view just for myself. So I'm going to go ahead, click on all tickets, Probably created is any time. Choose myself as the agent. All the open tickets, and probably all the waiting on customer response tickets. That is automatically changed here. Now I can save this view as open and awaiting response tickets and just save it. Now you can go ahead, create multiple different views, and this can be done individually for agents, groups, for the entire help desk. So I just gone ahead and create all these. You can go ahead and toggle amongst them. Right. One situation that can arise while you're using your support system would be you have a flood of questions being asked by multiple different users about the same issue. Now, it doesn't make sense to answer to them individually. What you can do is you can select such tickets that would be tickets from different users asking the same question, which would obviously essentially require only the same answer. So I'm going to say these two. Now this is just a test account. So I'm taking these 3 tickets and performing a bulk action. Now I can choose any of these ticket fields that I have if I want to go ahead further categorize it, add a bulk response or include a canned response. Now canned responses are very convenient because you might have noticed that you have to give the same response to different customers again and again. It doesn't make sense to write down it manually all the time. You can just save it in the system and access it whenever you want. So I'm going to go ahead and use one more. Right. And I just have to update it. Now another situation can arise is you have a customer who's emailed you or created tickets multiple times about the same issue, right? So probably the link is not working, or the link is still not working, or multiple tickets in a span of say 1 or 2 hours. Now again, it doesn't make sense to respond manually. What you can do is you can merge all of them as one single thread. So I'm going to take these 2 tickets. I can merge them. Now I can decide whichever ticket has to be made primary. Primary ticket will be the open ticket and the rest all close. So I'm going to take confirmation secured as a primary ticket. You can see here from the yellow tick, confirm and merge it. So if you see here, these 2 tickets have been merged. And if I click on this ticket, right, so you can see this message. Right. Now you also notice a lot of different labels like overdue that I have. I have a lot of overdue tickets. You have also how exactly the customer went ahead and created the ticket, by phone, by email. This one's an outbound mail. If your customers have reached out to you by Twitter or Facebook, that notification will also be shown here. Right. So let's just get inside one particular ticket. I'm going to just go all tickets and probably go here to this ticket. Right. So on the right hand side, you would notice request information. So I have the information about the customer, their email address, and let's go ahead to take another kind of ticket. Doesn't give me a lot of information. Alright. So this gives me more information. So I've gone ahead and put the phone number of the customer also. And you can click on recent tickets to view the other tickets this customer has created. So I have an understanding of what's going on, how many open tickets, how many closed tickets, all that information I have over here. I can click on more tickets and go to that particular page, which will show me tickets from this particular customer, Pascal Graph. And if you can see here, apart from Freshdisk information, you can also integrate with a lot of other CRMs. So you've got an integration with a lot of our third-party CRMs. So in case the information is there in those CRMs, it will also reflect here. So I have this information from Capsule. So going in the replies, you can go ahead, give a reply to the customer. You can again include canned responses. Just include this. You can also go ahead and insert solutions. So if you plan on having a knowledge base for your end users, or if you have an internal knowledge base just for your customers, you can go ahead, click on solutions, and the system is going to suggest you all the relevant solution articles. If you're not happy with the search, you can go ahead, search on your own, and you can go ahead, insert the content or the link. So I'm just going to go ahead and include the link here. And now I can go ahead, send it out to the customer. So I can either do a normal send, which will keep the statuses open, or I can choose any of the statuses that I have. Now, apart from the default statuses, you can also go ahead, create your own custom statuses. So now, since I need more information from the customer, I'm just going to put the status as waiting on customer to respond. This gives me more idea of whatever is happening with the ticket with just one glance. Apart from replying, you can go ahead, add notes. Now this is mainly for private communication within your help desk. Your agents can interact with each other using the add note function. So I can either notify to a specific agent and they will get an email notification about it, or I can just add a note saying call is confirmed. So I'm going to say GMT. So things like that, just to give more context of what was happening with the ticket. And this is not visible to the customer, so they have no idea that you're writing notes about this particular ticket. Right, so I've gone ahead and added a private note. Now I can also forward a ticket to a third party or someone who is outside my help desk. Now this is very convenient for situations where you need to go ahead, talk to a third party person or a vendor, or typically for e-commerce industries, you might want to go ahead, talk to your logistics people and find out what is the delivery date or things like that. So you can forward the ticket to this person, and when they respond back, it again gets added as a private note. So they have, again, the customer has no idea that you're speaking to someone outside the help desk about their ticket. And the good part is it's all under one single thread, so you don't have to move from one mail or one ticket to another, but the context, everything's in one single queue. Right, so that's with the ticket flow. Right, so moving on, we're going to see the automations. Now these happen to be again in the admin section. So as we scroll down, you would see help desk productivity, and these are the automations that we have. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you a few of them. So first off, we have the dispatcher. So the dispatcher helps you auto-assign, categorize all your incoming tickets. So let's just go ahead, create a rule for more context. Now you would have seen that sometimes you need to, you would have seen that a few keywords in mails, and you would know that because of those keywords, you can go ahead and perform a few actions. Now it'd be great if you can just automate it. So things like refund. Now I know it's a refund ticket, so based on that I can assign it to a particular group, send an automatic mail to the customer, put it on different priority, things like that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call it refund related rule. Say it like subject condition contains refund. Now this can be either match any or match all. So I'm just going to also say the company domain is precious.com. And now I can set up an action. So I'm going to set the priority as high or urgent. Let's say it like that. I'm going to set the type as a problem. I'm going to also assign it to a specific group. So I'm going to call it the billing team, because they should look at this particular refund issue. And probably send an email to the agent, to the customer. So let's just send an email to the agent, insert all the placeholders saying, hey, you need to click on this particular ticket. So just give them the URL, probably not agent, maybe you want to send it to the group. So you can go ahead and set this up. So this is a dispatcher rule. Alright, so we've gone ahead and set it up. Now you can go ahead, switch off, switch on any of the rules. Now this holds for all the automations that we have. So I'm just going to go ahead and show the others. So next up we have the supervisors. So as the name suggests, it's a virtual supervisor. So to give an example, let's say a ticket has been assigned to me and I haven't responded to the customer for more than 3 years. Now what you can do is, as a manager or as an admin, you can go ahead, set up a rule which says that since first assigned to me is greater than 3 hours and the status is still open, which essentially means I haven't worked on it. Now I can go ahead, send an email to the agent saying, hey, you haven't responded for 3 hours, what's going on? Please give a response, put the ticket URL. For more context, go ahead, put the requester information or the email address, things like that. You can go ahead also probably change the priority. Maybe it's a low ticket, you can go ahead change to high ticket. High priority ticket, and you can add someone as a watcher. Now this is very useful for managers, for supervisors, because once someone has been added as a watcher, they would be notified about any new changes with respect to the ticket via email notification, so they can stay on top of it. So that's for the supervisor. Next up is the observer. Now any changes, modifications you make to any of the existing tickets, not new tickets but existing tickets, the observer takes care of them. So let's just create a new rule. So I'm going to say if, let's say, the due date has been changed and that's been changed by the agent, and maybe it's a VIP customer, so I'm going to take Precious as a VIP customer. System searching. So I'm going to say if it's a freshest ticket and if the due date has been changed, you're going to go ahead and perform a lot of actions. So I'm going to go ahead again, send the emails to the assigned agent, add someone as a watcher, or send an email to some other agent, probably assign it to some other agent, probably Milu here. I perform a lot of different other actions. So it's just not related to due date being changed. Let's say a priority has been changed, or status, or group. Any actions that have been performed on the ticket, as you can see here, you can go ahead and make sure that you can take actions based on that. So that's for the observer. Next up we have the email notifications. Now since a lot of you are new customers, you would notice that when you're doing your testing, you would get email notifications as customers also. Now a lot of you would not want that, so if you try testing as a customer in Freshers, you would get email notifications about a new ticket created and user activation email. Now if you don't want to send out these notifications as of yet, or you don't intend on having a support portal, what you can do is you can switch it off. And you can switch off, switch on as per your requirement. This is for your customers. If you turn it on and you want to go ahead change how the message looks like, that's also something you can do, right? And same holds true for the agents. So you've got all these notifications, you can decide how you want to work with them. Right. Now let's just quickly move on to the reports. Right, so these are standard reports. And now let's just go ahead and go to the first report, which is help desk in depth. If you see here, by default the system will give you the last 30 days metrics based on the last 30 days. I'm just going to go ahead and put in the last 90 days because then I have more data to show you. So if you see here, it right now shows me for created tickets, and I can see further split based on source, priority, status, type, product, and if I have any dependent or drop down fields, I can further see the split. I can also see the number of agent customer responses and created tickets. I can see that. So I haven't responded for 17 tickets at all. So I've not had, I've had 0 customer response and 10 tickets with 0 agent response. So I can click on that and check this. So I have this particular list. Now I can go ahead and export it as a CSV. I can select all these fields and start working on them. Same holds with any of these. So if I can go ahead and click on email, I can again get the list of all these tickets which have the source's email, export as CSV, and start working on it. Now it's not just limited to create tickets. The split will happen based on all these metrics also. So let's say if I want to go ahead view the average first response time, I can get this information. So again, probably right. If you want to see the first response SLA, system's going to show you this. Right. So that's help desk in depth. Another type of report that we have is the agent performance. So you can go ahead, select a particular agent, and you can view their metrics. So I only have one agent for whom I can show you the entry, but these would be the metrics that will be considered. Right, so if you have multiple agents, you can go ahead, select for one agent. You can also further select based on all these different fields. So you can also generate reports based on custom fields provided they are dependent and drop-down fields. Same holds true for the group performance also. You have the same metrics, but it is based on groups rather than individual agents. Right. Next up is the performance distribution. Let's just go ahead and create a big larger time period. Right. So this will basically tell me the first response time for all the tickets. It'll show me a split up. Can again click on it, see all the tickets, average response time, resolution time. So let's see daily, right, quarterly. Same with average resolution time trend. Right. So these are some of the reports we have. So we've got a lot of reports. Just gone ahead and give you a basic understanding of what the reports look like. Also, in case you want to go ahead further build on your reports, what I can suggest is you can use the export option. So you can filter the tickets based on whatever metrics or whatever information you're seeking for based on different tickets and all that. You can go ahead and export it. You can either export as a CSV or an Excel file. You can select all the fields that you want to export per ticket and start building on your own reports based on the information that you get from these fields. Right. Right, so this is just a basic overview of what Freshers is all about, how you can set it up, and how you can navigate around the system. In case you want to go ahead and see which plan suits you, what I can suggest is scroll down and go to Plans and Billings. And you would see all these plans. So I'm currently in the forest plan. Maybe I can go ahead change to any of these currencies that I have. So we've gone ahead and given a basic split of what each plan has. But if you want a more comparable comparison, well, you just need to go ahead, go to freshers.com/helpdesk-features, and this is a more elaborate comparison. Right. So you've gone ahead and given us our contact information. If you want to go ahead, you can go to our support page. This is taking me to my own support page. Let's just go to right. So this is our support homepage where we've gone ahead and put in knowledge base and community forums. So you can go ahead and have a look at it. If you want to see how to set up a few things, we have an extensive knowledge base. So you can go ahead and look at that. And in case you still have more questions, we'll be more than happy to help you out. You can always mail to us at support@freshers.com and we'd reach out to you at the earliest. Well, thank you and hope you found the session useful. Looking forward to working with all of you.